Well, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever your current life situation is. Hello, YouTube. This is Jeffrey Kite back again with another episode of Kite's Curiosities. This is episode number 3 of the Georgia 159 project, where I plan on visiting all 159 counties in the state of Georgia. And I do a 1-mile walk starting at the courthouse of the county that I'm in, of the county seat, and do a 1-mile walk and document my visit here. So today we are in Bartow County, Georgia, and the county seat of Bartow County is Cartersville. So the city of Cartersville, the county of Bartow County, Georgia. Come on, join me on this journey as we take a trip back in time and we learn a little something about beautiful Bartow County, Georgia. Now, one of the things that I find interesting about Bartow County, Georgia, look at that. That's a beautiful old city office right there. Look at that. It's nice. Bartow County was established in 1832. However, it was not called Bartow County when it first got started. No. It went by a different name. And here's the story behind that. So originally, Bartow County was called Cass County. And it was named after this man right here, Mr. Lewis Cass. Now, Lewis Cass, he was a lawyer and politician that was originally born in New Jersey, but found his way to Ohio. And he was a lawyer and politician and things like that there, and eventually found himself to be a brigadier general in the United States Army during the War of 1812. Now, Lewis Cass, he was a pretty good little soldier and did a lot of brave acts during the War of 1812, and eventually he was named governor of the Michigan Territory and led a bunch of exploration expeditions to find the headwaters of the Mississippi River and to kind of map out that area of the new territory. He eventually became Secretary of War for President Andrew Jackson. In 1832, while he was Secretary of War for President Jackson, that's when Cass County was created and named for him during the year 1832. Eventually, in 1857, he became the United States Secretary of State for President James Buchanan. And that's where he started ruffling some feathers. He was real critical of President Buchanan, who didn't do a lot to prevent the secession of what would become the Confederate States of America, and he didn't do a lot to prevent slavery and kind of end that practice in the Deep South. So, in 1861, people said, no, we ain't going to have Cass County anymore. We're going to rename it in honor of this guy. His name is Francis Bartow. Now, Francis Bartow, he was another lawyer, politician type, and he was from Chatham County, down around the Savannah area. He was also a colonel in the Georgia militia and eventually, a colonel in the Confederate States Army. And he was killed at the Battle of Manassas on July 21st, 1861. And shortly after that, in December the 6th of 1861, that's when Cass County was renamed to Bartow County. So, as you just found out, the first county seat, look at this beautiful home right here. Gorgeous, beautiful home. So as you just found out, the first county seat in Bartow County was Cassville. And after the Civil War came to Bartow County and Sherman occupied this area, they pretty much burned Cassville, just set it ablaze, burned the courthouse, burned the papers, burned everything. And then sometime later, after the Civil War, they moved the county seat to here in Cartersville. So Bartow County, it's a pretty large county, and it is bordered by 7 different counties. If you look at the map of the state of Georgia, you've got 2 counties to the north of here. That would be Gordon County and Pickens County. Then to the south, look at that car. Big old loud engine in that. To the south, you got Cobb County and Paulding County. Then over to the east, you've got Cherokee County. Then over to the west, you have Floyd County. So here is our trusty map of the state of Georgia for our 159 Georgia 159 project. And Bartow County is located right here, right above Paulding County that we've already visited, right there. Again, Bartow County is located in the Piedmont region of Georgia. Remember, Piedmont region has got a lot of rocky, granite, clay type soil, a lot of erosion problems in here. Not great for farming, but you can still grow some things if you needed to. And we've highlighted Bartow County right there. Right there, right above Paulding County. So Bartow County, it's experienced some pretty sizable growth. From 1840 to 1900, Bartow County had about, I don't know, about 10, it fluctuated between 10 and 20,000 people. Or 10 to 20, 25,000 people between 1840 and 1900. Look at this beautiful home. Man. I believe that is a historic home. If you check out the little sign right there in the middle by that column, it talks about the history of the home. But back to our walk. Sometimes you just got to take these things in, man, when you can. Just gorgeous home. And then from about 1910 to 1970, you know, about 25 to 30,000 people here in Bartow County. But after 1970, goodness gracious, from 1970 up until now, this 50, 53, 54, 55 year time period, Bartow County has grown from a county of just 30,000 people to a county of over 110,000 people. It's been estimated, it's been calculated around 115 to 120,000. So, I mean, just huge growth numbers here in the last 50 years here in Bartow County. And it's because a lot of businesses have moved in here. You've got access to the interstate. Just all kinds of amenities here in Bartow County. And also, part of Bartow County's growth is the transportation through here. Like I said, I-75 rolls through here, major interstate, along with 2 other major U.S. highways. That'd be U.S. Highway 41 and U.S. Highway 411, along with State Route 61. You got Highway 113, that I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, that is got the junction up there at the corner where those two roads meet. So a lot of highways coming in and out of here. Oh, you hear that train right there? You got the railway coming through here. And in fact, Bartow County was part of the great locomotive chase back during the Civil War with James Andrews and his Andrews Raiders. Hopefully I can do a little documentary film on that someday and take y'all on that journey. That was rather exciting. And here is a look at those highways. You got, like I said right here, Highway 41, State Route 3, Highway 411. Those are your two major U.S. highway routes. Then you have State Route 20, Highway 61, Highway 113, which you might have saw in that there video, portion of the video, Highway 140, and then Highway 293. If you were to ever come to Bartow County, Georgia, and I highly encourage you all to do so, there are, if you're a museum nerd like I am, there are a plethora of museums here in this county. In fact, there's half a dozen really, really good museums that I want to talk about right now. Two of them, well, one of them I've showcased here on this channel. We got the Savoy Automobile Museum. That's a really nice place if you like classic cars and such. You got the Bartow History Museum. You got the Booth Western Art Museum. If you like science, they have a beautiful science museum here, the Tellus Science Museum. A little bit further out in U Harley, a little town called U Harley, they have the U Harley History Museum. And then a little bit further north of here, I believe, north in Adairsville, you have the Adairsville Rail Depot Museum. So just no shortage of beautiful, beautiful museums. Look at that courthouse. Beautiful museums and just cultural things that you can come and learn about while you visit here in Bartow County. One other thing I want to tell y'all about Bartow County and places to go see is this place right here, the Etowah Indian Mounds State Historic Site. I have done a video there on this channel. A beautiful place if you need a place to go to just get away from it all, have some serene peace and quiet, and to walk the grounds of a truly ancient historic site. That is a wonderful place to go. You can step back in time a couple thousand years and just, really, really kind of take in where the Native Americans lived and how they lived in that area. Beautiful place. Well, there you have it. There's our little walking tour of the history of Bartow County, Georgia. What y'all think? Did y'all like it? Y'all like some of the facts and figures that you learned about? I hope you learned something, because I know I did. And as always, folks, tell me what you think down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Till next time, y'all take care now. Have a good one. Bye.